Hello everybody, JaffaArchfiend here. Well, we're on to the next stage of the Pelupelu Allied Society quest as we move from respected to the next rank. Recruitment drive. Oh god, we're recruiting the bandits, are we? This should be interesting. Okay. What am I going to do? I can't seem to find anyone up to the task. Oh, you have the wonderful habit of appearing exactly when I need you. I've got a problem on my hands. Don't worry, the agency's doing just fine. The Earth in Charge tours have been a runaway success, and if bookings stay steady, we'll soon recoup all the recent outlays. Well, that's actually the problem. The upper reaches of Cosmalku are proving too popular. We're struggling to meet demand for our current number of tour guides. I want to address the issue before the burden starts wearing the staff down. You aren't aware of anyone in need of work who knows the region like the back of their hand, are you? Oh god. The Hanu are down here, so we can ask them. Moblins are they're a wee bit busy with the pot sworn and all that. A certain bandit gang comes to mind. They're looking for work. They need the coin. You don't mean the bandits who kidnapped Dawntrail from Wuklamat during the Rite of Succession? I'm sure they know the area well, but... hold on. I do remember hearing about a group of miscreants who turned themselves into a Landsguard not long after the Ascension ceremony. Apparently, they were later released on parole. I suppose if they're willing to atone for their crimes and genuinely wish to make a fresh start. Click, 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 click. My inner abacus is clacking away. It says we should speak with him, at the very least. Reduce the strain on our staff, have former bandits give back to the communities they run. Yes, yes, everyone stands to gain much from a potential arrangement. We should be willing to track down these bandits. I don't know why we made such a surprised face. We're the ones who suggested it in the first place. I knew I could count on you. Let's head to Many Fires and see what we can glean from the locals. Again, I don't know why we made the surprise face. We're the ones who suggested it. I suppose that's probably the face we make when we go to the others. Alright, Many Fires. Where is that? That is... up there. Here we go. Teleports! Alright. Languid Angler. I suppose the weather in-game matches the weather out here at the minute. Ooh boy. Has Mobby heard wind talk of wind bad? Blah, 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 blah. Has Mobby heard wind talk of bandits? I'm afraid not. These parts have been peaceful of late. Plenty of time to fish. Where did I catch a scrawny fish in the woods not far from Deceiver's Mantel? A Tonawatto, a crazy hair as bright as Jingly Shine. I wonder who he was. I think we know who that one is. Ah, you seek news of the bandits left on parole. Sneaky takers, a lot of them. They spread many bad fields in the village with their crimes. Cheese was luck for them. Apparently they were eye-catched not so long ago. What be dreads to think about the inevitable recidivism. I hope they've had time to reflect on the rawness of dirty taking, and are ready to make an honest living. I do love / hate the way Gobbies speak. My goodness, it's you. You came here with Dawntrail for Kona seeking information about the bandit that waylaid me. Anything I can help you with this time? Actually, we're learning about that self-same bandit again. Ah, you wish to know what happened to Wakessa and his band of brigands after all that. Well, I gather they surrendered to the Landsguard. They even confessed the whereabouts of their stolen goods, that everything might be returned to their rightful owners. Sure enough, my merchandise made its way back to me. Apparently, some of their victims were so moved by the gesture that they petitioned the Landsguard for a more lenient sentence. Perhaps that's why Val Wuklamat granted them parole. Oh, Wuklamat granted them parole. Interesting. I don't know how they fared thence, but I've heard nothing suggest they've been causing trouble. Anyhow, you'll have to excuse me. I must meet with a client in Urkapacha. I do hope we meet again someday. Alright, got a few leads about where they could be. That's the wrong position to be standing in. Any news of our bandits? So now they turn themselves in, return to stolen goods, and are living in the wilds after being pardoned. What's more, it seems they haven't fallen back into old habits. Let's make for the woods to the south. That's where the angler spotted Wakasa, right? Hopefully we'll run into him there. Alright. Fly. Whoop. Over the tree line. I do like how the environment actually changes at depth perception, like when the weather kicks in for this game. Even if you've got a perception set to far on and stuff, I do love the weather actually does make an impact on it, which is nice. There he is. Starting to think I'm not cut out for fishing. A man can't live off scrounging berries forever. What to do? Blink. Ah! You're that salted devil of a sellsword! Listen, I turned myself up, sent myself in, even gave back what I stole, put the life behind me for good. What could you possibly want from me? I have a proposition for you. I came to personally ensure you got what you deserve. Oh, I don't want anything from you. Oh, the guy's panicking, which is what... The gremlin in me wants to go with, oh, I don't want anything from you. I'll be nice. Why should I trust you? You're here to get revenge for the kidnapping, aren't you? I assure you, as my associate says, we really do have a proposition for you. I'm Pelupelu. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'll get straight to the point. If you're serious about keeping to the straight and narrow, making amends for your past crimes, perhaps you'd like to work with us at the Torali Travel Agency. Work for you? Ha, I see your scheme, plotting to haul me off to the mines in the guise of employment, aren't you? Curse you, Blackheart. I ate dirt to survive after I escaped. I won't set foot inside another mine while there's still breath in my lungs. Wait! Wow! This guy's got a vivid imagination. That was unexpected. I'm not talking of mines. He seemed genuinely traumatized. I want to find out what happened to him. Hopefully that way we can clear up this misunderstanding and have a proper discussion. Oh, fuck, what was that last bit? Flicked. I hate to ask, but could you find Wakasa and bring him back here? He was awfully fast, but I doubt he could outrun you. I mean, especially not since I can fly. So, yeah. I don't care how fast they are. They'll never find me here. Hello. What? How? You've got a great big quest mark on your head. Unbelievable. I'm Phil Pelton. Oh, what's the use? Listen, I know what we did was inexcusable. After it came to a head, we made an oath. An oath to never walk that path again. I won't bother another soul. I'll live on my days on the fringes. Please, just leave me be. Dude, we really just want to give you a job. You think this is all a misunderstanding? Well, it's clear there's no escaping you regardless. Fine, I'll hear her out. I'll put my fate in your hands. Actually, whilst I've got that tune in my head, actually, do I actually have that mount on here? I don't think I've got the adamantoise. Thought I don't. That's a shame. Sorry. For some reason, I've suddenly got the Beyblade tune in my head from the original series, and my brain's going, there is a mount in this, with the adamantoise mount, which is a great big turtle mount, which, for how it flies, basically turns into a flamethrower Beyblade. Like, Do I have that mount? I don't. Okay. I apologize for frightened you, Wakasa. That wasn't our intention. Are you willing to tell us why you fled? Before we get to that, I want you to be honest. Do you really have a proposition for me that doesn't involve dragging me back to those god's-forsaken mines? In that case, I'll be honest with you. Me and the rest of the gang first came here after fleeing JaffaArchfiend. I'm sure I don't need to tell you, but Shaloni's been a hotbed of development since they found blue gold beneath the plains. Among the folk that got their hands on a drilling permit, there were more than a few looking to get rich quick. The kind of despicable bastards who didn't think twice about sending kids into the tunnels. And we, well, we worked for the worst of the worst. Day after day, toiling and wasting away, until we died or escaped, we eventually realized. So we smuggled ourselves out in an empty cerulean barrels. You can imagine what happened next. The droll of a foreman tried to hunt us down, so we fled to Cosmaraca and took to banditry, as much to conceal our identities as to make ends meet. Right or wrong be damned, we would survive. But when we heard that Dawn Servant woke up our plight during the Ascension ceremony, we decided to turn ourselves in. After a time, she showed us mercy and gave us a pardon. Even so, there's still that fear of what might happen if the foreman or his lackeys were to find us. Thank you for sharing your story. Tell me the struggles you and your friends have experienced. Let me assure you, I do not wish to bind you with contracts or chains. I offer only the opportunity for you and your comrades to provide for yourselves, to make an honest living on your own terms. So how about it? How does working at Tutorali Travel Agency sound? Well, that's more than any of us dared hope for. What if word gets back to the foreman? If someone shows up to haul us away, we drag you into our affairs. I'll need to look into it, be sure, but honestly, I don't think there's much chance of it happening. Thanks to the efforts of the Dust Watch and the Daybreakers, Shalon is no longer the lawless place it used to be. Besides, I've been working on a plan to help reintegrate former outlaws into society. I'll be sending out the Wing of Reflection to see if they can't support the initiative. I'm sure the new Dawn Servants will give their blessing. I'm pretty sure they will, yeah. Incredible. But, you know, it feels like we should be begging you for the opportunity. We've burned so many bridges. I'll make damn sure you don't regret this. That said, what exactly are we supposed to do for you? What all we're good for is manual labor and pathfinding. I do also know my way around the cook fire after feeding miners for all those years. I wasn't part of the plan per se, but I think your culinary skills might come in handy. A restaurant on site could be a real earner. As for your comrades, we've been looking for individuals with intimate knowledge of upstream Cosmaraca who are also capable of handling themselves. My plan was to employ them as guides turned protectors after a thorough assessment and proper training. I'd say it's about time he got back and continued preparations. Wakasa can meet us back at the agency and Doc Poga once he contacts his friends. So we're going to have an on-site restaurant as well. Okay. This is getting interesting. Whoop. Welcome back. I reached out to the Wing of Reflection and it was just as I thought. It seems Wakasa's fears were unfounded. The situation in Cerulean Fields has changed dramatically in the past few years. Groups like the Daybreakers have put an end to the practice of child labour, and the Dust Watch have all but stamped out the violent duels that used to be so common. As for the company you and comrades worked for, they have long since been shut down by the Daybreakers. For its part, the Wing of Reflection is committed to the restoration and preservation of law and order in Shaloni. Any new unscrupulous drilling operations are swiftly dealt with. You needn't worry about anyone coming after you. Thank the heavens for that. In that case, we can commit to doing our part and repaying our debts. We've decided to set aside some of our earnings and repay folk for all the hurt we caused, you see. Wonderful! Simply wonderful! It's a pleasure to have you on board. And here we go. Please tell me he's in a chef's hat. Not quite, but not quite what I was expecting, but I suppose that's probably the cooking gear from oh, that's a nice wee spread look in there. There's the former bandits. Thanks to the efforts of Pelupelu and her special advisor, Wakasa and his comrades have agreed to join the Terali Travel Agency. With this influx of new recruits, the shortage of staff that had threatened to curtail expansion into Earthenshire has been resolved. While his former crewmates begin their training as guides, Wakasa himself will be devising a menu of delicious local dishes as head chef of the agency's brand new eatery. Be sure to assist him and his crew of former brigands on their road to rehabilitation. Got a cafe. Reputation up. We are now honored. New selection of wares. Let's see what we get at honored. Pelupelu. Ah, Pelupack. Ah, so that looks like this could be a backpack item, backpack fashion item, probably in the same vein as the naps, probably in the same vein as the Charlie and Gleamer backpack we got a while ago. So probably in the same vein as this. Ah well, if you want to check out what that looks like, Mione should probably have it up on their YouTube channel. In the meantime, JaffaArchfiend, out.